Hello for the first time, or welcome back, whichever one applies to you. That's the intro that I want you to use for this video. Alright folks, so we're a couple of issues into DC, and I have been really enjoying this. Issue 1, here we go. So it starts off by saying, here in the dark moments before it begins, he tells himself it's just another fight, a brawl like countless other ones before, a contest, a game to win. And as Clark's talking here, he's acknowledging that they're allowed to bring one weapon, so he's bringing the knuckles, these brass knuckles that he has created with miniature angry suns taken from empty universes. They make him faster and stronger and all these things. And he's getting ready for this fight, this showdown, the DC KO, if you will. And the doors open to the arena and he is stunned. And now we flash back to a game night, like a regular game night. So this cuts over to Bruce, Diana, Clark, and Lois all playing some sort of like tabletop game made by Wayne Games or whatever. Bruce's company makes it, and it's this game where all of them are their own characters, and it's this kind of shoots and ladders sort of thing where, you know, I think they pick a card or roll a dice or something like that, and they move a certain amount of spaces and they just have to get to the end of the board. But as they're playing and it looks like, you know, Wonder Woman is about to win, Lois looks up and she goes, "What is going on outside? Why is it so bright outside?" And they look and they see that it is completely lit up red because Darkseid is here destroying everything. And Darkseid is a different way than we have ever seen him. And even Clark clocks this, that like he's different, than something is different about him. Because this Darkseid is finally embracing this godhood. He is existing outside of reality. He's existing in Gotham, the Mascara, the Rock of Eternity, Oa, all at the same time. Everyone is fighting him all at the same time because this is wild. And Clark starts to hear something. You know, Bruce goes down, Diana, Wonder Woman, she goes down, and then Clark hears something that he has never heard before. And that makes him pause just enough for him to get taken out. And then this cuts right back over to the Watchtower. Now this is the Quantum Quorum. This is the World Forger, Time Trapper, aka Doomsday. Yes, it's Doomsday, Grodd, and Booster Gold. Now, these folks are telling them what is going to happen in the future. This has already happened, and they've come back in time to stop it. And at first, like, Superman is like, I don't know if I believe this, but then Bruce, Batman, is actually like, Lois just texted us and said, do you guys want to have a game night next week? I think that this is true. So basically, we are in front of Justice League Unlimited, and everybody is like, well, there's got to be something that we can do. And the Quantum Quorum is like, no, we've seen the future multiple times, thousands of times. You guys lose every single time. The only thing that we can do is to basically separate this reality from the rest of the multiverse and try to reset things. Like, it won't be the same. We might not even remember who we are, but we'll be alive. Yeah, and John Stewart is like, yeah, we'll be alive, but in a damn bubble. And the Flash is making a joke, but he's like, hey, it sounds like we're running. We don't run. I mean, I do, but still. And so that's when they explain exactly what's going on, because Darkseid, in the previous issues of Justice League, we saw that Darkseid tricked the Justice League basically into killing him so that he would be able to reset and create the Absolute Universe. So that is what the Absolute Universe is. But he didn't just create the Absolute Universe when he died and was remade. He actually implanted a heart of Apocalypse deep in the heart of Earth. And that's slowly but surely turning the Earth into a new Apocalypse. And that's when Mr. Terrific notices that if there is a heart of Apocalypse that's been transforming and terraforming the Earth into a new Apocalypse, that's why there's fire pits and parademons popping up all over the world recently. And we saw that happening in JLU and Aquaman. So if you guys have been keeping up with that, that's why that's all been happening, is because of this. And that's when Batman notices, like, hey, if this heart of Apocalypse thing is in the middle of the Earth, and that's how you make a King Omega, could you make one of us a King Omega? And basically the way that they're thinking of doing this is defibrillate the heart, restart it by blasting it with Omega energy. And because Booster Gold was trapped in the Absolute Universe being infused with Omega energy, he's chock full of the stuff right now. So Batman is like, yeah, he was trapped with Darkseid for years. He has Omega energy. We could blast it open and restart it and see what happens. But that's when Booster, starts to speak up, and he's like, I don't think you comprehend what you'd be unleashing here. So that's when World Forger steps up, and he's like, okay, so what would happen is the heart is sentient, and when you restart it, it would seek out a new champion. And because it's a fourth dimensional thing not bound by our physics, it would create a test, a type of tournament to make sure that it chooses the correct champion. And the Flash is like, we could take on some parademons. And Grodd's like, it's not parademons, it would be facing each other. You guys would have to face each other. And they're going back and forth, and they're like, can you actually do that? Can you guys be ruthless? Can you be what you need to be in order to be King Omega? And Clark is the first one to be like, we're not doing this. And he walks away. But that's basically when the Trinity comes together. Bruce and Diana come back up to Clark, and they're like, listen, we gotta do this. And it would just essentially be a game, right? And now they take the next 7 days to prepare for the tournament. On the first day, that's when they secure the villains and move them. On the second day, that's when they meet with the world leaders and tell them what's going on. Like, listen, this is what we are going to do. Then by combining all of the biggest companies, LexCorp, Wayne Enterprises, Queen Industries, and 10 others, they created mega arcs, adapting Brainiac technology in order to have something just in case they needed to evacuate everybody. The fourth day, they just spend with their families. And on day 5, that's when we go to see exactly what they pulled together in order to strategize. So Batman's got the Justice Buster 2 armor, the God Killer armor for Wonder Woman, Father Box upgrade for Cyborg, and of course the Knuckles for Superman. And then that's when they take off. They literally strap Booster Gold to the front of a ship, and then they fly towards the center of the Earth, unleashing all of the energy, the Omega energy, and they just go in. And so now we cut back to what we originally saw when the doors opened, and we see these huge gigantic titans in this gigantic arena. And it turns out that this is actually a race. So all of these people have to make it past the finish line in order to get to the next round. And DCKO pulls no punches. It starts off with Shazam not even being able to get the magic words out before the Hell Mace is dropped on Billy Batson. And that's when Clark starts to fight this big Titan thing, and Batman shoots him in the back, and he's like, Clark, get your head in the damn game! We get this fun little cameo by Damage. I don't know if you guys remember Damage, DC's Hulk knockoff, but he gets killed basically immediately. But we are watching people left and right just get taken out. And right here, we're shown it looking like a game. I love the fact that the panels start to actually look like a game board. And this is the part where narration starts to notice that Clark is holding back. He's holding himself back. He's purposefully not crossing the finish line right now because he's stopping the Omega demons from stopping his other friends, and he's letting people go by. More and more people are getting by, and he's not going through himself. And Batman is saying, Superman, you need to stay focused. And then, whap! Batman is shot through the chest, and then a flag unfurls and it says bang. Because the villains are here. We get a shot of Lex, King Shark, Starro, Cheetah, Joker, Giganta, and Bruce just fades away saying, remember what I said. And that's when the villains just start to fly through. Out of anybody, he cannot let Lex win. So that's when he starts to fly, and he grabs the last spot. And now these are our 32 champions going into round 2, and we wonder who has been talking this entire time. What is this black, box narration? And it's actually the Heart of Apocalypse itself narrating, and it's showing what happens when all of these people fall. They get transported to this area and basically just turned to stone. And it's also saying that there are 3 destroyers. Now, if you are keen-eyed, you will notice that these 3 right here are the absolute universe version. But there's one more little thing that the Heart of Apocalypse has up its sleeve, and it's the king himself, because that's right, Darkseid has taken the form of Booster Gold. But I will see you in the next issue. Peace.